女性が好きだ。
It should have been me, not him!
Do me a favor. Shut the f*** up.
Right on schedule.
Now, I know what you may be thinking. Alright dude, what the flip? This guy's also hating on crushes now? A completely normal part of being a teenager. First teenage dating, and now teenage crushing? Just hear me out. I myself am still a teenager, and more specifically, a teenager who has experienced a comical amount of crushes through his lifetime. Like a stupid amount. If there were ever to be a girl who was remotely pretty, or a girl who, God forbid, showed me signs of what I thought to be affection, then I'd have that girl on my mind 24/7 for the next few weeks. I'd just be daydreaming, making up romantic scenarios all in my head. So I know a little something when it comes to developing crushes as a teenager. So believe me and trust me when I say that developing crushes as a teenager can and probably is a red flag for yourself. And I know that's a wild statement to make. Trust me, this actually goes pretty deep, bro. This video is an extension of a previous video I made, the one about teenage dating. So this video will be loosely connected to that video. With that being said, let's go. So many people, especially people in high school, believe that when they're crushing on someone, they think that they're in love. I mean, they are in love, are they not?
No.
Love has them thinking of their crush all the time. Love has them daydreaming of them in class all day. Love is what makes every song they hear remind them of their crush. Like, love makes them go crazy. I mean, that is what love is, right?
Fuck no, baby.
I'm just gonna hit you with the cold water here. Chances are, if you're watching this and you're in high school, or maybe you're even younger than that, you probably still have yet to experience true, real love. And yes, that even includes if you're in a relationship. Like, if you're in a relationship and you think you're in love, no, bro, you're probably not.
Now, I'm really mad.
And especially if you're crushing on someone, like, this is not love. When you're crushing on someone, what you're actually experiencing is something called limerance. Love gets confused with limerance so frequently, so allow me to define what limerance means. To define limerance, I think it's actually easier to define what love is first, so we can contrast both, because honestly, love and limerance are complete opposites in some areas. So allow me to break it down for you. So, what is love? Love is when you form a connection with someone so deep and intricate, kind of like a best friend, but non-platonic.
I want to be more than that.
You both grow and learn mutually off of each other, and to put it simply, you're both very comfortable around each other. You're both not afraid to get vulnerable around each other, and you both enjoy each other's company so much that it almost feels somewhat spiritual. Not to sound like a namaste head ass, but it almost feels like you're sharing a consciousness with the other person. You always know what they're thinking, you always know why they feel the way they feel, and again, you aren't afraid to be vulnerable around them at all. Love is on a whole nother level of human consciousness and human emotion. That's why I say that it feels spiritual. And if you've experienced love before, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if right now you're doubting whether or not what you're feeling for your crush is love, then you don't. You questioning whether or not it's love or not just tells me that no, it's not love. Because when it's real love, there's not a single flash of doubt that it isn't.
He said that you told him how much you love me, about how you feel when I walk in a room, and about how you've never doubted for a second that I'm the woman you want to spend the rest of your life with.
One day, we gon' get it one day.
So if you're not experiencing love, but you still feel butterflies in your stomach when you see that person, you still love seeing them in the hallways, and you still love it when they look at you, if that's not love, then what is it? Limerance, baby. Limerance is when you feel care, affection, and yes, love for the attention someone gives you rather than the person themselves. Limerance is when you make up a fake personality, fake passions, and fake morals of your crush to make them as compatible with you as possible. Limerance has you creating false realities, false memories that aren't even real. And limerance has you constantly looking out for signs of reciprocation from them. And when they do show you signs of reciprocation, it feels euphoric. But when they don't, when they shut you out, it feels like a fucking stab in the heart, bro. And another possible but not so common symptom of limerance could be the destruction of your own self-image. But this one specific symptom of limerance only applies for those who are crushing on someone who just doesn't really meet their standards, whether it be because they have a pretty face or they have false attached value for some other reason. They really pick apart at their own morals and beliefs just to appease the morals and beliefs of their crush. They try to excuse the flaws of their crush, trying to justify them. This is not a good mindset. Like, love, on the other hand, would have you accept their flaws, but try to grow past those flaws together. You try to be by her side as she grows and develops her character, because you know damn well that she's an amazing person who deserves much better than this. And you also know that she's capable of change. She deserves it because she's capable. And the only reason that limerance has you changing your self-image to appease theirs when love doesn't is because, by definition, love wouldn't even be in an equation where you're changing your self-image. That's not what love is. And as I said, limerance is love for the idea of attention from them, love for the attention they give you, not actual care or love for the person themselves, for their presence. That's why limerance can have you changing your self-image, changing your morals, your beliefs, just to appease hers, because the quality of her character is irrelevant when she's the one giving you affection and love. And these signs of affection from her could be something as small as glancing at you during class. But I know that there's some dudes who go absolutely crazy whenever a girl just glances in their general direction. And I used to be one of those type of guys who would just start daydreaming over a girl who I haven't even spoken to just because they looked at me. And looking back now, I feel like the reason that I would always go crazy like that over a fucking glance would be just because back then I was not a happy person. I was a loser. I wasn't depressed, but yeah, I was just not a happy person at all. So whenever I got a glimmer of what affection or love is, I would just hold and embrace it for as long as I could, replaying that moment and other fabricated moments that I cooked up in my head, because that fantasy land in my head was the only version of reality that I honestly enjoyed. So I'd do anything in my power to just stay in that fantasy land. I was running away from facing reality, just wasting all of my time living on fantasies. Love is real. It's in moments, shared moments between two human beings, while limerance is by yourself in your bedroom while daydreaming a whole romantic music video with your crush all in your head by yourself. And the thing is, anyone could have been showing you affection and you'd probably still go crazy. Had it been anyone else, you probably still would have been geeking out about them all day, every day in Fantasyland. That's what I mean, that limerance is not love for the person themselves. It's just love merely for the attention that they give you. And when it comes to limerance, since the quality of the character of your crush is irrelevant, because again, it's not really about the person themselves, it's more about the attention that they give you. That's why most people find themselves crushing on someone that just does not meet their standards. And that's how you get couples that are just not compatible whatsoever. Like the couples that I mentioned in my teen dating video. That's how you end up with a relationship like that, when all you focus on is just having someone by your side to smother you with attention, with dopamine, with butterflies in your stomach. You just want the source of the attention. You don't want the person themselves. So you just settle with whoever. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that they give you attention. And I talk shit on this dynamic, this mindset of only chasing attention, but would you believe me if I told you that I was this close to try and actively pursue this type of relationship dynamic? A relationship dynamic built off of limerance rather than love. But thankfully, I came to the realization that I actually felt limerance and not love, because with this girl, I actually thought I was in love. And to this day, I have yet to speak a single word to her. Like, I went absolutely crazy over this girl. And it took me months to come to this whole realization of limerance and all that. Again, I was so crazy over this girl. And when she got a boyfriend, because obviously, come on, duh. I felt like a heartbreak of a 4-year relationship when I have not even spoken to this girl. Like, oh my God.
To this day, to this day.
Luckily, I grew past this chronic limerence problem, and I recognize that limerence is not love. But there's some guys out there that never learned this, and that is how you get players just sleeping around with women, going to nightclubs, hooking up, partly because they got a monkey brain and all they think about is ejaculation, my natural instincts, but also because they want that quick hit of affection, fake affection. That is just a terminal case of limerence. But that's not to say that crushing in general is cringe. Let's say that your crush is someone who's close to you, maybe even a friend, and over time you've come to actually love them for their presence and love them for who they are, and that you know that you're more than willing to take them for who they are and also for their problems or flaws, so you can help them grow, so you can make their worries go away. That type of crushing, that I fully understand, and I honestly think that you should actually shoot your shot.
Are you free for dinner tonight?
Yes.
All right, then it's a date.
Only if your crush wishes to pursue a romantic relationship with you, but if they want to keep it platonic, tough, bro. But this? Nah. That ain't love, bro.